Get paid to drive. Start a new career behind the wheel at the EMTA. If you are looking for a high-paying and rewarding career with full benefits and paid training, stop by or apply online today with the EMTA. Plus, EMTA riders can now enjoy free Wi-Fi on new, clean, and environmentally friendly buses to travel all over Erie County. Visit ridethee.com for more information.
Get on board EMTA. Get on board EMTA. Get
Quickfill gasoline is made right here in America. United Refining Company, who operates Quickfill, refines its gasoline from North American crude oil in Warren, Pennsylvania. When you buy United Refining Company gasoline at Quickfill, you keep jobs and businesses in America. And you keep American families strong. You don't need to send your money overseas when you buy gasoline. Buy American-made gasoline at Quickfill. Quickfill, driving America.
Welcome to TalkErie.com's Joel Natale Show, Erie, Pennsylvania's daily podcast. Every day, we tackle the biggest issues that the Erie PA region faces. Stay informed and involved as we advance the narrative of Erie. Now, here's Joel Natale.
We're going to have fun with this one today as we talk about the Lake Erie Cycle Fest, and we welcome back Ann Bucceri from Because You Care, one of the sponsors and beneficiaries from the fundraising that comes through Cycle Fest. Good to see you, Ann. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Joel, for having me.
You got it here. Let's do a little bit of background on Because You Care. Tell us about your organization.
So Because You Care is one of the three bigger organizations for animal rescue in the area. We've been around since 1981.
Oh, my.
Which
Wow.
is a very long time. Started out initially as only foster-based, and in about 2015, we acquired some property and built a dog center and cat center in McCain. So now we have facilities.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's that take to keep going?
It takes a lot because we are strictly on donation. We some grants, but we don't get any kind of funding at all to keep it running. And believe me, we don't get a lot from the adoption fee. You might think so, but when you're paying for $25 for a cat, it costs us a little bit more than that. But
Right.
That's just the nature of the business, is that there is a lot of animals that need to be cared for, rescued, and we love what we do, and that keeps us going.
Before we get to the Cycle Fest, which again is a major fundraiser for you, I would imagine Erie Gives is a big deal for you as well.
Erie Gives is a big deal, yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Talk about
goodness
that,
for
yeah.
that. That is a wonderful, wonderful event.
So again, people can give during that choice. And do you do kind of some promotions throughout the day and so on, or?
Oh yeah, of course we do. We have lots of stories that go on Facebook of individual animals that have needed additional care than the normal one, and we have other stories that go out throughout that whole season, shall we say.
And in McCain, if you wanted to go and see some of the dogs or the cats, what are the hours?
They vary. The best
Okay.
thing to do would be to go onto the website.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
And get, you find out here, and maybe you could rescue your forever, a new forever home
Forever
for those
home. Yes.
for those
yes.
pooches. All right, so but you guys are really jumping in on Lake Erie Cycle Fest this year by sponsoring 2 of the rides, right?
Absolutely. So this will be our 3rd year for sponsoring 2 rides, if I'm thinking of this correctly. We've done Sea Spot Ride now several years. This is our 6th year for Sea Spot Ride, which is in McCain, and that's a fun ride that takes you through McCain and the hills and the farmlands, takes you up through Edinburgh, and then back to Because You Care for a party. And we this year are doing a hot dog bar, the dogs at the dog center.
I like it.
And we have some music. We have lots of fun stuff going on. We have a very favorite ice cream that's always popular there. So it's a nice party afterwards to kind of go over your ride, chit-chat. The camaraderie is what so much of this is all about. So
How long is that ride?
There are 2 rides. You can sign up for 25-mile or 40-mile.
Okay.
Yeah, so depending on what you...
the hills can be a little challenging out in McCain, huh?
That's what McCain is known for, the hills.
For sure, yeah.
We have a most wonderful gal who does our routes, and she does such a good job with trying to put them in the right place, if you will. You don't want to start off with a huge hill, so she really works at trying to get the ride so that it is manageable for people. But you have to decide what your skill set is. Are you at 25 or 40?
Or the 40.
We also have a 10-mile. I forgot about that one.
Okay.
So for anybody starting off, or for somebody just got a bike and wants to give it a try, we have a 10-mile.
I didn't know if the construction on Old 99 has impacted your routing.
It definitely will. It
definitely will. Okay.
Yeah, and as I said, our gal who's in charge of that, she is right on top of all of that. So she's trying to figure out the best route to avoid construction, which is tough.
That is tough. Yeah, and there's
This
a
year.
lot of vehicles using, I can't remember, what is it, Golden or something like that to get down to Old 99 from regular 99. So that's the C Spot ride on July 27th, and again, it starts at McCain Elementary, finishes up at Because You Care Center there. And like, how does this work? Explain. Like, do you pay a fee to join a ride, or do you get donation? How does this all work?
So yes, so to find out all the information and to sign up for a ride, you can go to lakeeriecyclefest.org. You'll find all the information about all the rides for the 4-day weekend, which is really the premier cycling event here in Erie, from Thursday through Sunday. So you can go on that website, you can find out all that information, and the rides do vary. Thursday's ride, which takes you, it's the intro to the whole weekend, is a free ride, and that's the downtown ride.
That's that slow roll or
That's
something?
the slow roll, yes. And there's lots of activities after that. There's music, there's booths that you can visit. They have a lot of things going on, food trucks. So that's going to be a real fun event for people afterwards. But it is a nice introduction to the whole weekend.
Sure.
And so that one's a free run. And then the other rides have different pricing depending on what's happening with the ride. There is different styles of rides also. So if you are a street cyclist, we have C Spot Ride, we have Grape Escape, we have Tour de West County, we have the Sunday Presque Isle Ride. But if you're a mountain biker, they also have mountain biking on Saturday.
Okay.
So it's a nice thing that it really appeals to all styles of riders.
So do you sometimes get a T-shirt, or there's a party after? How does that all work too?
A lot of us have backed off from giving T-shirts.
I mean, I would
because
imagine
we all
people
think
have
we
T-shirts,
have
right?
T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yes. This year, however, we did design a new jersey, which for cyclists, jerseys are quite fun, and they can be very representative of what's happening in our jersey this year. That was designed by Flagship City Press, is really a fun representation of Erie County with the peninsula and with Flagship Niagara in there. We've got some grapevines, so it's really kind of a fun. Yeah, and they can find out more information on Facebook.
Okay.
For that on Lake Erie Cycle Fest's Facebook page.
Go ahead, Ann.
So you asked me about T-shirts. So we do have the T-shirt available for purchase, and that is something that's designed with Erie Apparel.
Gotcha.
Next door here, and lots of people do enjoy that. And when you sign up for your fee, you get maybe a swag with each particular ride. We have done some fun socks. We've done some fun bags. So depending on what ride, there's different.
So you could basically sign up for the entire weekend if you wish.
You could. And each of us design the ride a little differently. which is it's a nice variety.
Yeah.
Like the Peninsula, gosh, what am I drawing a blank here? The Presque Isle Partnership. They have with their ride that you are allowed to go up to the lighthouse.
Nice.
Which that's a really fun thing. And they also have the pancake breakfast. So everybody has a little bit different tweak to their ride. So some of these are all part of the benefit of signing up.
You have been called
To do good.
To feed the hungry.
to love with action,
to be a light in the darkness,
To love your neighbor.
To teach wisdom.
To walk humbly.
To love mercy. To care for the least of these.
Will you accept the call?
This is our city.
Our mission.
Visit erieCityMission.org/volunteer to accept the call today.
All year round, Frontier Home Products and Design has what you need to make your home comfortable and beautiful. Relax on a new timber tech deck designed by Frontier's experts. A new fireplace from Frontier Home Products Fireplace Gallery adds warmth and serenity to any home. Beauty and versatility at Frontier Home Products and Design Center, 4213 Peachtree, East 5th, next to the Bayfront Highway.
Frontier Home Products and Design Center. Discover a new frontier.
PA contractor number PA039007.
Let's talk about your Grape Escape. Is that heading to the east, isn't it, right?
Correct, yes. So Grape Escape is no surprise in Northeast. And that starts at South Shore Winery.
Okay.
Right on 89, which is a really lovely winery. And we start there and take off to, and that one has a 25-mile and a 50-mile ride.
Wow.
And you ride through absolutely gorgeous area through Northeast, seeing, beautiful vineyards, but also beautiful farmland. And it's just such a nice place to ride. Beautiful roads that aren't too well traveled.
I was going to say, is that more flat than maybe the McCain ride?
It's probably a little flatter. Yes,
Okay, yeah.
Yes. However, if you want some challenges, if you want some hills, sign up for the 50-mile, and that takes you into Finley Lake. And you can't avoid a hill heading into Finley Lake.
No, you can't.
But stunning as well, riding through that area.
Do you
of
go
Finley Lake.
around the lake? Or
She has you in part of that
in part of the
area.
lake? What is that,
Yeah.
Shady Side and Sunny Side or whatever?
Yeah. And all those little neighborhoods, which
Oh
are
my
just
gosh.
so lovely. Yeah,
Yes.
just so lovely. So we end that ride back at South Shore Winery, and that will have new this year Holy Smokes Barbecue, which is a new food truck around, and wine tasting, of course. And of course, we are bringing back our ice cream floats, which very, very popular, particularly after a big long ride.
Big long ride.
It's really
Wow.
funny. Yeah. But it's a nice spot and a nice ride and a nice day to be able to enjoy it with all your friends. And I was just shocked last year how many people came from far away.
Really?
I always like to ask people, where'd you come from?
Sure.
Arizona, Chicago.
Oh my goodness.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, out east.
Does
Really
it
fun.
does it attract novice bike riders, or is it normally attract the kind of the folks that kind of know what they're doing?
Yeah, and it does. It attracts people who are cyclists and who
Yes.
have been on a bike before. And we actually would love to see some more of the younger people out riding, but it really does attract a lot of 40 plus.
Okay.
A lot of retirees.
Sure.
And I chatted with people last year that were in their 80s
Oh my goodness.
riding.
You know,
Very
you know what you're
impressive.
going to need to do one of these years is add a pickleball aspect to this thing, right? Isn't that what everybody's doing? They'll ride their bike to the pickleball
Okay,
court.
there you go. Stop and hit a pickleball in the middle, and
Right, or do what do they do? Like a joke? Do they play poker runs and things like that? Yeah,
pickleball run.
Yeah,
Okay, there you
pickleball.
go.
Well, and again, so many folks getting support from this event, right? In addition to really promoting good health and seeing the sights from a very particular point of view, being on a bicycle,
Right, and I think that's what I love most. I have actually done some touring in the United States and in Europe on a bicycle. And what a great way to see an area. You're not in a car. You're able to stop. You can stop and look at that beautiful vista over the Lake Erie.
Yeah.
It's really nice. And so it is beautiful that we bring in these people from all over the area to see our lovely area. It is stunning.
Well, and that's what the folks at the Sports Commission, they really specialize on creating that moment for visitors, don't they? You know.
Absolutely. And as you said, all these rides benefit different nonprofits. So, Thursday's ride is Downtown Partnership. Friday's ride is Because You Care. Saturday we have Tour to West County, which benefits Asbury Woods, and the Northern Allegheny Mountain Bike Association. And then Sunday is the Presque Isle Partnership and Because You Care again. So it's really cool that we have gotten all these nonprofits together to work together, but also they benefit individually from each of their rides.
We've got about 5 minutes left with Ann Bucceri. If someone is brand new to this, probably the best bet is to go to the website, right? I mean,
absolutely. You'll get all the information you need from that Lake Erie Cycle Fest.org. There is definitely a lot of information on Facebook and Instagram, both of those. And the individual organizations also will have their information if they really need that. But so that should give you a good taste of the information that's out there. Do some of the bike shops provide support? I mean, if you have a breakdown on what happens with that? We are really lucky to have 814 Outdoor Sports.
Oh.
They are in Edinburgh. And they are great and will be there for the rides if you have a breakdown. And we have, with each of the rides, there might be a guy there on his bicycle and he heads out to help somebody that has an emergency. Wow. So that's really very helpful for all of us.
That's an important part of this. And again, it's more information, Erie Sports Commission / Lake Erie Cycle Fest, or to sign up, LakeErieCycleFest.org. I want to take these last couple minutes here and go back to Because You Care. And again, give us specifically how folks can reach out to you and think about you, for Erie Gives, or, as they're considering, one of these rides here,
Well, of course, you can find all kinds of information on BecauseYouCare.org. You can find our animals that are all up for adoption, whether it be dogs or cats. All that information is there. We have several fundraisers. This one, as we said, is one of our major fundraisers. And we also have a big fundraiser in October, as well as we just had a fundraiser in May called Bands for a Second Chance, which benefits animals that need that second chance, that little extra help. And Erie Gives is a beautiful thing that started in Erie, and we really thank goodness for Erie Gives to be able to donate through that.
So you can see, maybe if you're interested in an adoption, what about for the people that really know what they're doing, the whole fostering thing? Are you looking for foster parents so much?
Yes, we're looking for fosters all the time. Fosters for either cats or dogs. I've been fostering for about 5 years now, and we currently have a puppy at home, which is number 61. Puppy.
Nice. Yeah.
We've also done our share of cats and kittens, but yes, it's a rewarding experience to be a foster. And what I love about it is it fits in my schedule. So if I'm traveling or if I have things going on, I can say, no, I can't have a foster right now. But in the summertime, it's perfect for me. We're staying in Erie. We're trying to enjoy Erie and all the weather, and we can take on fosters. So it really works out nicely.
And the benefit to Because You Care is that that opens up another space at the kennel itself, or how does that all work?
Well, yes, but also what it does is it gives us the opportunity to learn more about that animal.
Okay.
Whether it be that cat or that dog.
Okay.
Puppy, the dog, we can figure out how does it interact with other dogs? How does it interact with people? What's its little nuances? A puppy, I can start it on some serious training, so to get it used to and ready for that home life, so that they are an adoptable and a good pet. So I'm working on house training, we're working on manners, we're working on a lot of those things.
That's really important stuff. That's a gift that you have. That's really something.
It is really helpful to have that foster base in an animal rescue. Yeah,
Beautiful.
It's a good thing.
Again, Because You Care, one of the beneficiaries of the Lake Erie Cycle Fest, LakeErieCycleFest.org, and check it out. Their rides are the Great Escape. The Grape Escape on Friday, the 25th of July. Sea Spot Ride on Sunday, July 27th. Ann Bucceri, thank you so much, Ann. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You've been listening to The Joel Natale Show, Erie, Pennsylvania's daily podcast from TalkErie.com. Subscribe to our show on your favorite podcatcher and get involved by emailing Joel@TalkErie.com.